Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all the sincere brethren that do believe in Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And what's been in the news lately is, you know, extreme weather, climate, or rising temperatures. That's been in the articles, that's been in the headlines because it's been record-breaking heat lately. And a lot of people are experiencing this record-breaking heat across the United States. And it's real, okay? And the scriptures speaks on how the angels are going to make it hot, make the temperature very hot, scorching heat, right? So, us as prophets, we're here to warn the people, let you people know that the plagues are not slack. It's about to get really, really bad out here. And I have 3 articles queued up. And the first article I want to bring out is this one from apnews.com. Here's how hot and extreme the summer has been, and it's only halfway over. A pedestrian uses an umbrella to shield against the sun while passing through Times Square as temperatures rise. July 27th, 2023 in New York. At about summer's halfway point, the record-breaking heat and weather extremes are both unprecedented and unsurprising, hellish, yet boring in some ways, scientists say. Killer heat, deadly floods, smoke from wildfires that chokes, and there's no relief in sight. Look at the wordings. Look at the words that they chose to put in this article. Killer heat, deadly floods, smoke from wildfires that chokes, and there's no relief in sight. Expect a hotter than normal August and September. American and European forecast centers predict. We are seeing unprecedented changes all over the world, said NASA climate scientist Gavin Smith. The heat waves that we're seeing in the US and in Europe and China are demolishing records left, right, and center. This is not a surprise. So you're going to have a lot of people buying those electric fans, okay? You're going to see a lot of people walking with those electric fans. And I know I said earlier, record-breaking heat across the United States, but it's really across the world, okay? Let's read more. Imperial College of London climate scientist Frederick Otto said examining what's causing heat waves is boring in a way since it keeps happening. Yet she added that it matters because it shows again how much climate change plays a role in what we are currently experiencing. These impacts are going to continue, Schmidt said. We're going to be seeing this pretty much this year And into the next year with the natural El Nino warming of the Pacific adding to the overwhelming influence of human-caused climate change, largely from the burning of coal, oil, and gas. Here's a rundown of the summer of Earth's discontent. Record-shattering heat. Globally, June this year was the hottest June on record. And scientists say July has been so hot that even before the month was over, they could say it was the hottest month on a record. But it's individual places where people live that the heat has struck around and killed. Phoenix, where the last day of June and each day of July has been at least 110 degrees, set records for the longest mega heat streak, the longest stretch when the temperatures didn't go below 90 degrees at night. El Paso, Texas, had 44 days of 100-degree heat. Wow. Schools closed in Nuevo Leon State in northern Mexico a month earlier than usual as temperatures reached 113 degrees. Farther east, Miami added humidity to high heat for 46 straight days of feels like temperatures of 100 or more. Beijing had its own record streak with at least 27 days of 95 degrees in July after a 3-day streak of at least 104 in June. And the country set its all-time highest temperature on July 16th in remote Sanbeo Township with 126 degrees. Heat records fell all over southern Europe. Sardinia, Italy, hit 117. Palermo in Sicily broke a record that goes back to 1791 by a whopping 3.6 degrees. Temperatures hit 115 in Jatio, Greece. Spain reported nearly 1,000 excess deaths from the heat, mostly among the elderly by mid-July. So Spain reported nearly 1,000 excess deaths from the heat, mostly among the elderly by mid-July. A lot of old people are dying because they can't take the heat. Okay? In Argentina, where it's mid-winter, temperatures were above 89.6 for straight days in June in the northern part of the county. One July night in Buenos Aires didn't get below the 70s. All right. These things are happening. Look at the pictures right here, man. You see that? Floods. Floods. Heat waves. It says Jody Kelly seated center practice manager at Stonecliff Veterinary Surgical Center behind, and her husband, veterinarian Dan Kelly, Wright, use a canoe to remove surgical supplies from the flood damaged center. So they use a canoe to remove surgical supplies. A woman cools off at an urban beach of Madrid Rio Park in Madrid, Spain. Yeah, they cooling off in water. See that? These things are happening in our lifetime. Okay? It's more to the article, but for time's sake, All right, it's a major article, but for time's sake, I'm gonna cut it short and probably do a part two on this article. You got the wildfires and smoke, water temperatures, a hot forecast. Yep. All right. As for these articles, I had queued up. I had two more. I had this one and this one. Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on those. Also had an article on the UFO sighting. Okay. But what you see and what's happening in the earth is record breaking heat happening. Okay. And I want to bring out these two scriptures. The first one is in the book of Revelation, chapter 16. And this is verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, which the vial represents, it's metaphoric. It's a metaphor to, it's a metaphor on how the Most High is bringing the different plagues. Okay, it's a metaphor. So he poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire, and men were scorched with great heat from the sun, and blasphemed the name of the Most High, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. There are these different plagues, these different events happening on the earth, but people not regarding the God of Israel. They're not acknowledging that the Most High is the one that's bringing the plagues. Okay, Yahweh, that's the Most High. His name is Yahweh. His son name is Yahweh Shai. And Baha Sham means in the name. Okay. So it's already written in the scriptures how the Most High is going to scorch men with great heat. And that's what's happening. You try to turn your AC on and it's hot in the house. You're trying to go into the beach waters, the ocean waters. It's hot temperatures in the ocean waters. Well, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on is this, man. This Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 1. Well, verse 6, it says, shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. So new signs are being shown in the earth. Record-breaking heat, record-breaking this, record-breaking that. That's a new sign. That's strange wonders, right? The Lord is raising up indignation. He's pouring out wrath. Verse 7, raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. So indignation is being raised up. All right? The Most High's righteous indignation is being raised up. And he's pouring out wrath. Okay? Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. So a lot of you wicked people, starting with the so-called white man, starting with you so-called white people and you heathen nations, you are the enemy. You are our enemy. Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, first and foremost. You seeing the earth has been visited, right? Well, guess who's visiting the earth? Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. So with that, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.